Pokestops right there.
Yeah, there's 27 Pokestops
Guess
along
Guess
that
who got a
road.
new
That
toy?
makes me so happy.
It's a Todd and Erin Morning stream on GephartDaily.com. Look how pretty.
Did you have any idea we lived in a city that's beautiful? I mean, that almost looks unnatural. Like this is like some
There
sort
are the
of
keys
bizarre-
I lost. I just saw them.
Ah, look at our drone. It's really cool.
Oh my gosh.
How high up is that thing?
Hi.
Wow,
Look at it sit still.
that's amazing.
You know
I
what?
can see Russia from there.
When those came out, when drones came out, oh, by the way, if you want to put your name on it, like the Goodyear blimp, you can, except for no one will see it because it's on the drone. I wanted to get one so bad, and I went and priced them and stuff, and I was looking at like $1,500, but you get the package, you get the whole thing. This is me flying a drone for the first time.
Yeah, that's why we started out with the $30 version. How long did it take you to get that tangled in my hair?
Oh, yeah.
It was like a
right.
rabid bat. I'm not joking. They had to
That's
cut it
funny.
out of my hair. That's
Anyway,
very funny.
Mountain
I'm
Cam.
laughing.
Let's go to the Mountain Cam. Oh, the old school Mountain Cam by Robert
I
J.
still think
DeBry.
it's very special. Look at the sunlight drifting across there. How pretty it looks.
You want to see what
There's
kind
nothing wrong with the mountain cam.
of... No, Mountain Cam. We love the Mountain Cam. Let's
Thank
look
you.
at the drone again.
The drone's pretty freaking cool. I admit it.
I know, right?
It's way beyond cool.
But anyway, so we're going to be showing you some pictures. There it is. Holy mackerel.
Wow.
This is obviously state capital.
That is amazing.
Who's taking... Oh, they're standing right there, and it's floating in front of them.
Isn't that amazing?
That's scary is what it is.
That's our crazy reporter, by the way.
And by the way, so we are officially licensed. We have a trained pilot who is certified.
Pretty that is.
We're working with everyone in the agencies. When we fly, we call them and we tell them so that everybody's cool, because there's a lot of rules. You can't just like take off. Its limit is 400 feet and then line of sight. And so there are a lot of rules to make that happen.
That is unbelievably gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
This is so exciting. I want one. I just want one
We
big
have
enough.
one.
I want one of my own, though.
No.
I have to share this with the rest of Gephardt.
You'll crash it. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, how pretty it is.
Well, at least I won't fly it into my hair like some people I know.
It was a small little battery one, and oh my gosh.
Wow. We're like those big fancy channels now that have that big swooping shot to open
Actually,
the show.
we're better than the other channels.
Because this is epic.
Yeah. That is so cool. Makes me want to
Wow.
stand at attention and salute.
That's so pretty.
Wow.
All right, just to get this out of the way, this is day 3 of
Oh,
Todd's
yeah.
patch kink. I am
Yeah,
now wearing
yeah.
the hat to go with the patch.
All right, so we start with the patch. The patch, her retina detached from the back of her head. People say, Todd, were you strangling her? I say, no, because that's not my style. And then you're at your computer.
At least not when you can be caught, right?
Shh. So you're at your computer and...
No, well, see, this is pretty sneaky about hospitals, because I went up to the UE emergency room when all of a sudden I had all these inky swirls in my eye, and I went, this can't be correct. And the first thing they said is, oh, we think you're having a stroke.
Yay.
So that was a great start. And then after 11 hours in a hospital bed in the hallway, next to a woman, by the way, who was handcuffed to her bed and screaming, they said, you know what, we think it actually might be that your brain is bleeding into your eye.
That's better than a stroke.
Okay. And then after another 3 hours, the poor ophthalmologist who had been through 5 other hospitals came by and said, no, you just have a hole in your retina, and we can't fix it until we can get all the blood out of the eye. So you're going to have to wait until we can
She's
do
been
that.
resting and sleeping and sitting up to the one side so it pools in a certain place, and then Thursday after the show, she's going to go and get laser surgery and everything will be fine.
So you only have one more day to enjoy your patch kink. So enjoy it, honey.
So the deal is, she said with a patch, you didn't look cute. And
I look
said,
like a
"Are you-"
moron,
I said,
please.
are you kidding me? So we started the day with a patch, and then the next day we went with a scarf. And then today we're going with a hat. And there will be a finale at the end of the week. That's all I'm going to say. And you agreed to do this.
I'm going full pirate.
All right.
Just for you, honey.
So Jimmy Kimmel made
This
an
was
announcement.
so emotional.
And you think, oh, comedy show, ba-ba-da-ba-ba. And, well, here's the opening of the show.
It's a terrifying thing. My wife is back in the recovery room. She has no idea what's going on. And I'm standing in the middle of a lot of very worried looking
Wow.
I was sitting there in front of the TV just sobbing. Todd came in and he was trying to figure out why. This is so incredibly emotional. He and his
I think
wife.
that moment, yeah. I mean,
And I think every one of us as parents, you're just so happy you've had the baby, and his wife was in the recovery room, didn't even know, and their son was born with 2 holes in his heart. So he has congenital heart disease. They had to immediately operate, which is a blessing. It's a mercy that they could get the surgeon in. They got this little guy taken care of.
but did you see the fact that the baby was taken out of the room and they noticed something was wrong, and the mom didn't know for quite a while, and then it don't cry, it make me cry. So anyway, he had a statement to make after that.
You know, before 2014, if you were born with congenital heart disease like my son was, there was a good chance you'd never be able to get health insurance because you had a pre-existing condition. You were born with a pre-existing condition. And if your parents didn't have medical insurance, you might not live long enough to even get denied because of a pre-existing condition. If your baby is going to die, and it doesn't have to, it shouldn't matter how much money you make. I think that's something that...
It's amazing, though. And I don't care which side of the aisle you're on this, because this is what they're voting on. One of the major things is the fact that in the budget, they say states can make up rules about if insurance actually has to cover pre-existing conditions. And Erin and I went through a list last night, and we know 8 people who have pre-existing.
That's like within like a two house radius.
So I don't
I think
care.
almost every family has somebody with a pre-existing condition now.
Seems like it,
And
right?
Todd and I, we wouldn't be able to get it for our family if they don't have the
Right.
clause about a pre-existing condition. We wouldn't be able to get insurance for our kids. So,
Right.
I mean, you think about this and the fact that we're in the United States of America. And this
Right.
is one thing that Jimmy said that I thought was beautiful. And he said to talk about this and to be active and to put in your input. He said, it's not us against each other,
No.
Democrat, Republican, or whatever. He
No.
says we're united. This is the
Right.
one thing we are, the United States of America. We all have to be united
Right.
about this with each other.
And this issue in the budget, which some people are not talking the truth about it is going to be up to the states if they want to do it. And this is being held up and won't succeed, I think, for a long, long time. It's because it comes from the Republicans, the opposition, and the Democrats.
Nobody gets
one-
off easy here. Everybody is messing this one up.
And no one is going to forget when re-election time comes up. It will be the first thing your opponents mention. Anyway, done with the soapbox.
But boy, that was
Sorry.
emotional, and I'm happy
Jimmy
for him.
Kimmel.
I'm happy for him and his wife that their son is okay. And
It's so hard.
but what a way to start. I mean, you know exactly what he was feeling like because our twins were great.
Don't.
I had an
don't
emergency
start.
C-section, and I remember waking up 3 days later with a tube down my throat. And Todd had been awake for more or less 72 hours with our
I was
children.
the smelliest guy at the hospital.
And you were sitting in the room with all the nursing mothers feeding them. They're like, "Oh, don't worry about Todd."
I saw more boobs, and well, I did, and that's what they called them. So I'm gonna go with it. And we all sat there, and I had twins and 2 bottles. And new person would come into the group, and they go, "It's okay, it's just Todd." And
Don't be
we'd
shy,
hang
he'll
out.
be fine.
So anyway, but we're very lucky that insurance did cover a lot of that. So anyway, that's what we wanted to say.
The Jazz, I feel so bad about this.
Oh.
Okay, it was not their best game last night for round 2 of the playoffs, and I would like to say that there's an argument about some fatigue because Golden State had a lot longer to rest up and get ready to go for this next round. But we did lose. It wasn't our best moment. And
No.
I think it was 104. Help me remember what it was.
Well, their number was bigger than ours.
Very funny.
So when you do that,
It was 106.94. That's
All right,
right. So, okay, not our best thing. Gordon Hayward wasn't as strong as he could be, and afterwards he said, "Yeah, it was not my best game, but it's just game 1.
just one.
Come on." Everyone was going, "Oh, there's no way they're going to beat
Just
the
one
Clippers."
game.
And it's like, forget that. We already did. So now we're on to the next round. We can do this.
All right, weather's coming up next, and you might be surprised about this. And they're
Really?
yeah, it's coming up next.
Okay, it's brought to you, of course, by all of our dear personal friends at Columbus Travel. If you call Columbus, you can get on their awesome wait list. It's just once a week, but it gives you all of the sneaky inside deals and all of the flash sales. You're going to go somewhere awesome on vacation this summer, and it's going to be because of columbusvacations.com. It's also brought to you by Executive Transportation. Executive Transportation is our dear friend March with his fleet of totally sweet Escalades, whether it's like maybe an airport trip or a nice night out. He's your guy at executiveutah.com. And all Utah plumbing, heating, and air. When something something breaks, they have 24-hour service. So when they pick up the phone and they hear you're broken sobbing, they like, we're getting in the truck now. Don't
They get a
worry.
lot of that.
AllUtahPlumbing.com.
All right, I think it is finally time for some sunshine. Sunshine
thank the
next
good
3
Lord.
days, 70, 78, and 83. How cool is it's about time, right?
83, isn't that wonderful? And a fairly decent weekend. We do get some clouds on Sunday, but not bad.
I'm not going to complain. I think it's awesome.
80, the warmest day of the year so far.
Tell me about this. First of all, before you do this is the giveaway we're doing. I can't think of how to make this better.
You can't. Let's just be honest.
I can't.
Okay, basically, we wanted to say thank you for being so amazing, and we have no idea why you're still watching.
But thank you.
To be completely honest,
Are
but
you
we
chained
appreciate
to a
you so
radiator?
much.
Are you chained to a radiator and
'Cause-
someone's in our... No.
Because we're kind of stunned by how many people actually are. So I'm not sure if it's pity or self-punishment on your part, but thank you. So we wanted to give you a night out because there's that one time where you never get to spend time with friends, the people you love. You haven't had a chance to really sit down and talk. So we're going to send you and 3 of your closest people to Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. I was down there on Monday talking to Melissa. I had forgotten how beautiful that place is. And they were laying out all the prep line, and it's like I was hovering uncomfortably close. And he was showing me the lobster corn dogs.
Don't think you didn't smell like food
New
when you
Orleans
got back.
bread
What
pudding.
you ate when you were there?
Maybe just a bite.
Was there a takeout box?
Was it? It was just a
No.
bite. It was a nibble.
No.
The important thing is we're going to send you there, and we're also going to send you in an Escalade from the transportation, from Executive Transportation. We're going to pick you up. We take you there. You can just relax. You don't have to worry about parking or driving or designated
awesome.
drivers.
Great
you have an
restaurant.
amazing dinner, and then we drive you home like the little princess you knew you should be.
And the women can be a princess too.
We'll get you a tiara. So the easiest way to do this is any one of our Facebook pages. That's Gephardt Daily, Gephardt Approved, or the Todd and Erin Facebook page. You're going to see the show here. Just like the page, comment, and share, and you're already entered.
All right, so it's that easy. You know
We're
what I
gonna
want
pick
to
that
talk
Friday,
about?
by the way.
I want to talk about that right there because there is a need in town.
This is a really big deal. If you've never heard of this before, the Family Support Center has 3 or 4 locations along the Wasatch Front. And what they do is this is a safe place where if you just can't take it anymore, and there's a million different reasons that we've all been through, you can take your children there. That's infant to 14 years old, and they have a safe place for up to 72 hours. That's clothes, that's food, they take care of them. They make sure that everything is cared for, that they have what they need, and then when
And
you
you're
can come
not in
pick them up
trouble?
again.
And you're not
yeah,
in
there's no
trouble?
punishment here. And then when you come back, they go, let's talk about some of the services
Right.
that might be able to help you. Maybe you need counseling, or maybe you need this, or maybe you need food stamps. Let's kind of go through this with you and give you a chance to know what you
And
need.
especially if you're family, you don't have family living in the state or something like that, and you're kind of on your own. I mean, I think everyone at one time has felt something like that. And now this is a place where...
And the wonderful thing about the Family Support Center that they found is that child abuse cases go down 30% once the center opens in that area. It drops by 1/3. So here's what we can do to help.
This
right
goes
now,
for dads, too. I mean, this goes for everyone.
everybody. I think there's not a parent who hasn't looked at your child and went, I've got to back off or something's
Right.
going to happen. And this is your chance to help.
And when you have a partner, you have the opportunity to do that, but not in some situations.
So they're in a desperate need right now for infant formula. I mean, to the point where it's crisis level. And we all know how ridiculously expensive it can be, but they're in desperate, desperate need. So if you can either donate money or you can buy infant formula, especially like the specialty ones like soy, sensitive tummies, they don't have enough for today, like level of a crisis.
So my suggestion is to call them. Do something in the office today, gather some money. Money seems to work better because they, first of all, or ask them what kind of formula they need. Do they need the soy? Maybe not. Maybe they do. So all those kind of things.
Basically, any kind, they just need it all. And a lot of people, though, you do underestimate this. They're serious coupon shoppers. Do you remember Melee or Natty?
Yeah.
She's like extreme couponer. So if you have one of those that you know, have them start gathering up those coupons. You can either drop it off at the administrative office in Taylorsville. That's 1760 West 4805 South. I'm going to put this up on Facebook as well so you have the address. Or you can just give them a call, 801-955-9110. And once again, I'll put up all the contact information for
give
you.
them the name, too.
But if you can do that today, this is like crisis level. Like they're desperate. Like I'm leaving after the show and I'm going to run down to Costco and pick some up.
What's the name of the
Once again,
agency?
it's Family Support Center. There's 4 locations along the Wasatch Front. Family
you go.
Support Center.
All right.
So thank you. This is a big deal.
Why do I want to cry all morning?
I know it's so emotional, though.
It's your
That's why.
fault.
All right, this is going to make you cry, but in a different way, because
All right.
this was another episode
This
with you
is-
and John fixing something.
This is a company, all Utah heating, plumbing, and air, and sprinklers, and there's remodeling, and there's other things. Get a plumber. Put him on the fridge. Put him in your phone, because when the poop comes out of your toilet, it's not supposed to. That's not time to start going online and trying to find a plumber. You need a plumber. You need a guy, and John and his gang are the guy.
And this is not only just for plumbing, though. This is also for heating, for air. And by
Air
the way,
conditioning.
when it goes to 110 this summer and something breaks in your air conditioner, I want you to have his number on your fridge so that you can call immediately. And he'll growl something at you in that incomprehensible voice of his. But he'll be there for you.
All right, so coming up next, NBA players are drinking beer on the court. That's next.
They are?
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And by Columbus Travel, the best travel deals on the planet. Be sure to take advantage of our April sale, columbusvacations.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right, so here's the story.
Explain this about the NBA and beer.
LeBron playing this game, Cavaliers
Love LeBron.
against the Raptors. He gets fouled extremely hard. And you see when they get fouled, and they don't fall down, but they're kind of staggering. Well, here you see him with a beer in his hand during the game.
Seriously? That is not really a beer.
So it is a beer.
Oh, that's so
see
funny.
the person in front of him, and she works for the stadium, and she's carrying a tray full of beer. And so LeBron stumbles, finally stops before running into her, and picks up a beer. Just
Are you serious?
and looks at the crowd and goes, "Nah, I don't think so," and gave her back the beer. But it's so hilarious. Talk about product placement. If that said,
Yeah, but he had that gigantic mitt over the label. It's not like
know.
you would ever tell when
I
he
mean,
was
tell
drinking.
me if
but
that said Pabst Blue Ribbon, you would be like a hero.
You just sold out the entire stock. That was so
Exactly.
funny. Well, maybe he was just confused because he'd
Is
been
this-
whacked really hard, and
he's
maybe
a-
he thought it was a
He's a fun guy.
glass of
That's
water
why.
or something.
He's just a fun guy. We talked about the weather. We talked about how kind of depressed we've been because it wasn't sunshiny enough. And now we've got 3 days of beautiful 70s weather and stuff like that. I'm going to make sure that next time it rains, you're going to feel better about Utah because I found this. And we've been to Oregon. We've been Astoria. What's the name of it?
Astoria.
Astoria.
Beautiful. I think we were there on the one sunny day they had in like 18 years.
It was so beautiful. And just to give you an idea of the weather in Astoria.
This is Astoria, Oregon.
Uh-huh.
Big, huge thing there. They've got a confluence of wind, so all the wind surfers go up there to the river. It's supposed to be gorgeous.
All right, so here it is. Since October 1st, the measurable rain, they've had 167 days.
Wow. And that's from the first of the year? So isn't that pretty much every day?
You know what that kind of weather there is? Todd jumps off a bridge. Because I don't think we went back to Maine and it rained for 5 days. Mm-hmm. And finally we're going to go fishing anyway. We just got rain gear and just went out and got soaking wet. But I can't deal with it for
160. Isn't that basically every day since the first of the year?
pretty much. And it's measurable. It's not like a mist. It's measurable rain. But I don't think we've been to Portland and Seattle and stuff, and Portland came in number 2, by the way. And there's just something about it. The first day it's refreshing, and the second it's like, oh, this still is kind of romantic.
And then the third day, it's like moss is growing on the north side of your body. I mean, seriously, it's like
and you're throwing yourself in front of a bus. 167 days.
I'm feeling better now about April and how cruel it was to us. I'm just hoping that May's not going to sucker punch us with more rain.
I have no idea. Utah. What do we want to talk about coming up next? Besides the pirate look.
Okay, first of all, though, before we do that, I want to remind you that in terms of the stupidest criminals ever, I got to give this guy a little bit of a hand.
All right.
Fish and Game.
Right now?
shall we?
Love this story.
Because this
Go
is
ahead.
such a good story,
All
I
right,
can't
so
even wait.
where does it take place? In
Okay,
Idaho, right?
this started up in Boise, and
Okay.
I didn't realize this, but Idaho Fish and Game, they have trailers that they take around, and they have all of their wildlife stuff in there, like the cool dart guns.
Right.
And they've got all like the tranking stuff and all the GPS trackers and the nets and all that stuff. Well, once you put all this together in a trailer, it's like $100,000. It's
Well, you have
an
all-
incredibly valuable
And
piece of equipment.
you've seen the cargo trailers. They're just white. They got 2 wheels, and they're just ready to go. And that way, just back up and go. Now, usually, they're in a locked-up facility.
Yeah, but how right now, though, they're actually having flooding in Boise, so they couldn't put it in the storage facility, so it was right there kind of in the parking lot at Fish and Game.
Okay.
So a guy with a delightfully clear surveillance photo picture
Backs
goes
up
in
to the trailer.
and steals it. Well, here's the best part, though. So he goes on this 2-state odyssey, and he's going in and out of the trailer for whatever reason, and he sees the GPS trackers. He's like, and so he's throwing them out, and they said, it was just like Johnny Appleseed. We just followed the GPS trackers
As
across the
he
states.
threw them, he accidentally activated a bunch of them. And so as he threw them out the car...
So they were just getting ding, ding, ding. So they followed him all the way down to a canyon in Logan. I guess he finally abandoned it, freaked out, and he's running. But they know who it is. They're going to arrest him. But I just love the concept that it's like, he's like, I gotcha. I'm out of here. Ha, ha, ha.
It's like
and then it's like all they had to do is just take a look at their tracker and they had him nailed.
It's like yelling Marco Polo. When we see you, you're yelling at us. So.
Marco.
Polo. All right.
All right, now it's time for the DIY segment
All
of
right.
the day.
And
Explain.
it's all Utah plumbing. Go. Well, John, we're in the basement again.
How's it going?
Your office, new furnace.
Yep, we just put in this brand new 97% efficient York modulating gas valve variable speed.
That's all
board.
sexy plumber talk,
It
isn't
is
it?
sexy.
Heating and air.
What it means, it's really efficient. We just got done installing the coil. We're finishing that up today.
For air conditioning.
Yep. I'm going to show you how to care for
Yes.
the furnace.
And you should, because it's a sexy unit.
It's extremely sexy.
With that kind of talk, I'm going to leave now. Show us how.
All right, first we take the door off. Next, I take a nice soft brush and I just lightly brush the components. Of course, this one's clean, as you know, Todd, but normally you could get dust through these components. You just kind of dust things off. That's what I want the homeowner to do right around fall time. On this unit, there's a flame sensor. I recommend that a professional pulls that out and cleans it. So next thing we do is we check the filter. Obviously this one's brand new. We'll just pull it out a little bit. But that would pull all the way out and you can get another one. This is a nice thick one and you just put it back in.
All right, very good. There's your drink.
Thanks.
How often do you need to actually do that?
I like to do this about 2 or 3 times. With the good filter that we have,
Right.
3 times a year is good.
Now, what was the thing you were talking about remodeling? You're doing some remodeling now.
Yeah, we've been doing a bunch of it. We just started one just this week where we're taking out the tub and the shower combo. We're making the shower bigger with a bench in the back of it,
Nice.
the whole thing.
All right, let's just review, because there's a lot to review here.
Okay, so we're a licensed plumbing contractor, licensed HVAC contractor, licensed general contractor, and we do the sprinklers as well. And there's many other things. If I don't do it, I actually know somebody that does. So I'm your go-to guy.
I'm exhausted just talking about this.
Yeah, I get to look at me.
Well, I'm going to leave you here in your office. You got your drink. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Thank you very much.
Did you know he was a heavy metal guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a
In
headbanger.
his misspent youth, he was in a heavy metal band. It was hysterical.
It is
It was
funny.
just like death metal, and now he's like, our plumbing guy. He's awesome.
You want to see what Erin looked like 20 years ago?
Want to see what Todd looked like? He was boy band pretty.
It's next.
Boy band.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning stream is actually available anytime at GephardtDaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, so hang on one second. We found this yesterday. That was awesome. Thanks. So we found this. Whoops, upside down. All right, so, and it was in a box, like brand new. And if you can't see what it is, well, you can see what it is.
What is this strange thing, Mom and Dad? What does this bizarre mechanism do?
It's a VHS player.
Yeah, but it's one of the cool ones because it's got a DVD player in it too.
So it spans the time of technology.
Outdated technology. Yeah.
So anyway, I found this in my garage, and I knew I had it, but I found it, and guess what I found with it? Tapes. And we haven't seen these tapes 25 years, maybe?
20 years. I haven't known you 25 years, but it's, yeah, about 20.
And there's all this cool stuff, which Erin, some of the stuff she's not going to like very much.
Really?
Because it's awesome. Vomiting. That's all I'm going to say. But I thought
vomiting tape?
I thought I'd start off really nice, and here we are, 20 years ago.
Oh, man, and that's with Fisher, because that's when I came back from
Right.
Washington, D.C. to be with you, Fisher and Todd on Kissin' 97.
Right?
Oh, my gosh. Look how pretty you are. No, look at you. I mean, you should be in One Direction. I mean, look at you.
The boy band?
Look at that hair.
Yeah.
You should totally be in One Direction. You're like so hot.
I'd date him.
Totally.
I would.
Totally.
I would. And Aaron, look at you.
Look at my eyebrows.
This is the quietest I've ever seen you.
I was trying to pretend to be demure then.
You have eyebrows like...
I have
like
massive caterpillar-like eyebrows.
you do.
Those are bizarre.
It's 20
Look
years.
at you, you're so pretty. And Fisher, of course, still looks like that because he basically has that
He never
man-child
changed.
face.
He
I know,
never
he never
changed.
ages.
Right. But there you go.
That's so fun. Well, this isn't so bad. I can't
No,
believe this
I
trip
found
down
some
memory lane.
others. We're going to have some more tomorrow. Do you remember that time that we went up and we, during one of the air shows, you actually got into these planes and you actually went up over Tooele, which looks like Korea,
They were these little tiny Italian fighter jets. They were really cool.
and you get to dogfight. I mean, like, you fly past each other and then
It is
you
epic.
shoot at each other with it. And when you get shot, they do this hammerhead fall like that, and Erin did it once.
It was epic.
And then breakfast time. So
You're not showing that. You're not going to show that.
we've already logged it in. We have to.
No,
It's
you're
the
not gonna
rule.
show
It's
that.
an FCC thing. So we're gonna do that.
You're such a
You are
moron.
so pretty. You still are. Oh, that was not the way it's supposed to come out.
You know, I'm really not feeling my best right now anyway,
Oh,
honey,
gosh.
especially with the hat you're forcing me to wear.
Pirate hat.
So
Very
maybe
nice.
referring back to that, you used to be pretty, probably
Oh,
isn't the
I'm so
strongest
sorry. It wasn't supposed to come out like that. Oh, and I thought I was getting off the couch. No way.
No.
So let's talk about our brand new toy, which is our drone. The
It's so
drone.
pretty.
Should we fly again?
Yes, please.
Let's fly some more drone, shall we?
Don't forget to sign up for the Christopher's giveaway on our Facebook pages. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, drone. It's the Todd and Erin Morning stream on Gephardt Daily. Look at that .com.